Hello, hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the xsinick show. Welcome to another art stream. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. Whew, what a crazy couple of years, guys. For me, it's been one thing after the next. But hey, this is how life is, right? I definitely had a period where things was very serene, not much going on, and I could focus on, you know, working on the things, some of my dreams, like working on the game Soul 3000, working on some other comic book stuff with my friends, and also streaming here online, streaming here on Twitch and streaming and making videos on YouTube. Those were all pretty nifty, but then again, things happen, right? So yeah, anyways, we're here. It's Saturday. We're gonna have some fun, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna look at the gameplay for the game, and I'm gonna try to organize some stuff. We're also gonna jump into 3D code and see if we could get some more work done on 3D models and a bunch of other things, right? So we're gonna see how far we could push it today with that kind of stuff. All right, guys. Without further ado, let's jump in and see what I got here. The game engine. The game engine that I use is called Godot. The Godot game engine. It's pretty nice. I think there's an offshoot to it. Now, because there's a bunch of things that happened. I'm not sure exactly, but there was some sort of thing in the community, and they forked the engine. But I don't know if the fork is still there. But we can look at all that, guys. We're just having fun today. Let's go. Okay, yeah. I just launched the actual game itself. I don't know how this is gonna play. I don't think it's gonna work. But let's hit enter. I have two versions. I have one version where it's basically my put together, and another version where my brother Peter, who is a coder, actually put together some AI for it. And oh, I gotta turn my controller on here. There we go. Let's see what we got. I think this is the one that's not working anymore. I think that's let's go in here and let's just check. Yeah, so there's nobody coming through here. So, whoa, wait a minute, is this the one that's working? Oh man, I think this might be the one that's working. Yeah, so this may be the one that my brother Peter fixed. Okay, not bad. I'm happy because of that. Whoa. Mega slowdown, right? It's like a slideshow. Okay, so that's to do with the physics of Godot. So Godot's physics engine, after you get like a certain number of pathfinding that's happening in it, you see those green lines going to the guy there? That's a pathfinding, trying to locate the player there. And I don't know if that's the best way pathfinding should be. I think pathfinding should be maybe one thing that finds a character and then informs the other enemies on where to go. Anyways, guys, let's jump out of this. Let's go into let's exit out of here. I want to go into the actual editor. Oh, wait a minute. So yeah, so this is the one that he's worked on. So I'm gonna hit edit and let's go take a look at that. Oh, music is a little loud. Let's turn that down a bit. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Yep, so this is loading up the level. We're gonna take a look at that in a minute. So we end up using an AI visualizer and an AI plugin for Godot called Behave, I think. And oh yeah, totally. This is all the Behave modules here to the side. And he has the enemy. So, I mean, there's more work to be done on here, but he basically kind of revived what I had. So what I had was like, excuse me, guys. So what I had was code, just kind of jumbled in there, and he organized it using this plugin called Behave. Okay, let's see here. 1 second, guys. Okay, let's zoom in. So this is the test. This is the test level here, where we just dump a bunch of stuff to test. So we test enemy AI, we test the way how things are triggered, puzzles, you know, and then we dump those things actually into the game engine and that kind of thing. So, hey xsinick, how you doing? Yeah, okay, let's go. Guys, I'm more into the art than the programming side of things, but you know, if I have to program, you know, I will. Let's go. Let's check it out here. Okay, so this thing here needs some work. That thing there is working. Let's see. So I believe this is the, yeah. So this is the proper guy. Okay, yeah, and they're doing their look at and their part finding. Let's run over this rock and see if they could find me. Yep. Yeah. Oh. Let's go back here. Whoa! I spawned a whole bunch of them. Let's see if we can get rid of them. We should be able to. For now, the guy has infinite health. So I appreciate all of you who take the time to look at what what I'm doing here and to support me. Getting on the ground level of what could be a really nice community of game designers and artists and stuff like that. And there's also a lot of music talented people. Okay, so far that's working. Right, so what's going on is my controller is all kinds of messed up because I'm using a different kind of controller. I'm not sure how it does that. So sometimes if you use a different brand of controller, the inputs get screwed around. And I think that's why some games give you the option to change the inputs on your controller and that kind of thing. Okay, so let's make sure everything is working here. This is to test some light stuff. This right now doesn't have any scripts on here to pick this up. I should be able to pick this thing up. Right now we do a slight redesign on the main guy. We're gonna jump into that in 3D Code in a minute. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we could pick things up, which is nifty. So with this door, this key is supposed to fit in here. So I would have to make an object where the key fits. And then when we get near it, what I want to do is, once you release this key snaps to that opening right there. Okay. Very cool. So let's jump into is this a madcap material here? Yeah. That's what we were testing, madcap materials also. And this is a puzzle door. Okay, some more things have to be Okay, it's good to see, make sure everything is still working. It's been a little bit, guys. Okay, I think that might be the right one. Oh, that's not the right one. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into where we got this guy here and see if we can continue to work with him. Let's escape out of here. Alt F4 is also a quick way to get to just close applications on your computer. So let's just do Alt F4 and just close that. Okay, so I know this one works. I'm going to close that off. This one here is no longer working, so I'm just gonna back this one up. Call this backup. Excuse me, guys. Okie dokie. Okay, this is one that we're going to be working with. Let's go back in here. Okay, so this has a bunch of different files in here. So basically, let's see if we can combine these. I already got this folder. So this here is the actual game. Let's just undo that back here. Let's go back to this and let's merge those together. So we want that folder in here in the Godot game engine. Okay. So we could copy that in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Godot engine. Just gonna double click in here, and I'm gonna grab this stuff. I'm just gonna copy it in here. Okay, apply this to all actions. Let's merge. Apply all actions. Replace. Okay. So I should, in theory, have everything nice and merged down here. This has nothing in it anymore, so let's get rid of that. Just, and it's a nice little cleanup. Okay, I gotta test it to make sure everything is still working. Yeah, Godot might complain about missing project. Let's go ahead and remove that. And let's go ahead and go edit and see if we have everything nice and smooth in here. It should be all nice and smooth with the behave stuff and everything like that. Okay, it's loading. Huh. Ah, look at that. I believe it's all good to go. Let's just check it out. One way to find out, and that's to test it, to play test it. Oh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. So far so good. Let's make sure we can just kill one of these guys. Bam. Okay. Very good. Okay, switching back over to the main menu. All right. Let's go ahead and close that up. Very good. So that works all together. So let's jump into 3D Coat and take a look at our main character. 3D Coat. You could do all these sorts of cool modeling and that kind of thing without having to worry about topology. You know, if you just want to get something done really quickly. Okay guys, so we was doing a retopo on this guy. I mean, did some minor changes just to accommodate for the full story. Let's see here, let's jump in. Oh yeah. I have a theory. Let's test this theory out. Yep, obviously. Yep. That kind of worked. Okay. I think in this case we're gonna try to draw some lines. Let's go ahead and do that. Select a path here. Actually, where is that? It's the curves tool. Curve strokes. There you go. Actually, strokes. That's it. Okay. Let's undo that one. Okay, so a bit better. So if you ever wanted to get into doing 3D modeling, sculpting, this is definitely the place for you to check out. You know, I always say feel free to jump into the Discord, ask questions, or even come on here on, you know, while I'm streaming. You know, just put the notification on so you could see when I'm on. It's a little erratic these days. Before I used to be exactly on at a certain time. But I'm trying to get back to that, guys. So in the meantime, you could just put your notifications on when I'm on. If if you have the time, you could come in and you could ask questions. So all good. Okay, here we go. this into like a 2 thing here. Yeah, let's see us pull that up. Bam. Just have to join this one and this one. It's got a little brush here just to kind of spread even out these even out the mesh here a bit. There's also like a relax that helps with this. We're gonna test that out. Excuse. A little congested, guys. As I said, this year has been one thing after the next. But we're victorious, guys. We're gonna get through all this. We're gonna make this work, and things are gonna work out. And you've been at the ground floor of it, jumping on to what's going on here, and I appreciate it. All the early adopters having faith and investing your time, you know. So in that case, give me some feedback, you know. If you want to see the channel be you know, if you see certain kinds of potential that maybe I'm not seeing, feel free to let me know. Say, hey xsinick, you know, if you do XYZ, I think it's gonna be pretty cool, you know. And once it's it's within, you know, a good realm of reason, yeah, why not? I feel like I need like, okay, this is where I'm gonna try to do something like this. Try to kind of add more resolution to this. Some things you kind of gotta go in by, you know, per polygon and it's kind of directed. Some things. Maybe this could do it another subdivide, but we'll see. I have a feeling like maybe I should go and check Blender out in a minute. Can I break things up a little bit? Got a feeling that we should check out Blender. Just gonna join that like that. It's not perfect there, but it's gonna have to do. Like I feel like maybe. All right, let's undo that. Let's see something. This needs like a thing like that. So at least capture this kind of rounded corner there. Okay, guys, let's do a little bit of topology here. I'm gonna try to relax on here. Let's see what that does. Huh. Just zoom out here a bit. Make sure the relax didn't screw anything up. I think it's okay. There's a hit. This overall snap. Yep, still snapped. I'm gonna have to make a triangle there. Maybe the relax did that. Kind of shifted the polygons a bit. Okay, just merge that together there. Okay, guys. So basically, you could tweak this stuff to your heart's content. Uh, let's continue. We're looking at this, and yeah, I'm basically trying to get like a kind of a low res model out of this high res sculpt, but not so but high res, so that it captures like most of the detail on here. So let's stop for a minute. I want to go over into Blender and test some things out. I just had some ideas on modeling some things in Blender, and Blender, you know, is pretty good, but it behaves different than a lot of other 3D programs out there. So, you know, so it's kind of one of those things where you gotta test, if it could do certain things that other programs could do. But the thing is with geometry nodes now, you could do almost anything in Blender because it's like a programmatic modeling of geometry. I'm not getting quite into that as yet. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and just save this right now. Okay, saved. Just gonna save as. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give this another name here. It's Retopo. Okay, let's check out Blender. What I want to do in Blender is to be able to create a mug. There's many different ways to do it. Let's try the curves way. Okay, let's go ahead and change the handle type to vector so we get straight, get nice and straight. I'm going to change my tool here to the tweak tool. Okay, so this is kind of like the basic shape here. Scale. Scale. Let's try that again. Scales. Scaling on the Z. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and subdivide this. Subdivide. Subdivide. Just do a little kind of under edge of the mug. Inside the mug here, it has to be. Let's subdivide this again. So it'd be a little rounded. So we bring this 2 points here and we take this point. Bring it out here. Let's change the handle type. Automatic. Let's just straighten out this handle right here for this one. So we're creating the profile for the mug itself. Let's make the mug a little bit taller. Let's go ahead and can we? Let's subdivide these parts here. Okay, there we go. Let's bring it up to about here. Let's go a little more than that. Subdivide that. Okay, I'm looking at there's like a 4 grid space here. I'll put those points at that 4 grid space. Yep. Okay. I think some things need to be straightened. Scale X, so 0. Okay, I'm going to bring these points in here. Let's make this the handle type to automatic. Straighten these out. Now, you know, even if you're using this method to create like a mug or cup or anything like that, you don't have to get this part perfect. You just have to get something down, and then, you know, you could, you know, as you go, you could adjust the the spline. That's a good thing about creating the spline. You can adjust it easily. Subdivide that again. Let's bring this down. About 4 spaces, and do the same thing with this one. Subdivide, zoom in, grab X, just bring that there, and let's go ahead and change the handle type to automatic. Okay, so adjust these points, these handles. Okay, you have a little rounded thing here. We could do all the rounded stuff here. We don't need to write off. Just go ahead and shift this here a bit. Alright, so we kind of have a profile. So we want to add a modifier. Generate. And it's called screw in Blender. This is correct, but let's go ahead and apply rotations and scales, and we get it correct. Now we can increase the amount of steps. Let's go ahead and turn wireframe on and just kind of take a look. It's a pretty thick mug. Let's go 30. And on the curve itself, you want to control the amount of subdivisions. Let's go 6 on this. Let's go ahead and go into shaded mode and take a look. So we kind of have a mug going on here. Shade smooth. Right now it's not like right now it's still, you know, very much in it's not a mesh where you could like go straight up and edit it. You know, it's still a spline. So if you press tab, you'll see like the spline right here. Let's go here. See the points of the spline. Yeah, this is a one of the first set of things I learned how to do in 3D. Is to make like mugs and cups, and you can make bottles like this, wine bottles or soda bottles. Okay, so this is what I wanted to try. I wanted to try a different way to do the handle. This is one way, you know. There's another way too. I don't think this is maybe the best way to do this handle. I just like to try different things. So let's come in here, random. Let's go here. Random color on this. Yeah, I think a better way would be to do this. To make a circle. If we want to stick with kind of like splines, let's try it. So we made a circle right here. Let's just move it to the side here. Let's just scale it down a little bit. And we can always change the profile on this. I'm thinking, let's go to the side here again. And let's put this right here. Let's go ahead and do a curve. Let's go in there. Rotate. On the x-axis 90. No, let's choose that vector again to keep everything nice and flat. Let's go here. Okay. Just scale this. Okay, let's go ahead and add a mirror modifier on this. Okay, so after I add a mirror modifier, I'm gonna just bring these points over to about the same. Let's go, yep, to about 2 spaces in there, 2 of the grid spaces. Right there, 2 grid spaces. And I'm gonna bring this point in to get a rounded edge, and then I'm gonna change the handle type to automatic. Actually, it's doing pretty good there. Let's go ahead and adjust these handles. It's not bad. Okay, so we kind of have oh no, am I making the actual mug that I'm drinking with right now? Okay, okay, let's see what else we could do with this. Let's go into geometry, and here is where, you know, the rubber meets the road. Let's use object. Let's go ahead and select the circle. Whoa, yeah, totally. And what we could do now is to scale this circle down. Right, and we could also change the shape of the circle. But let's go ahead and make sure things are nice and tight in here first. So I'm going to go ahead, grab Z, put that down there like so. Okay, I want to do one more split right here, so let's go ahead and do that. Subdivide, I'm going to grab, let's go X on that, let's bring that kind of closer here. It's a long handle, let's bring it in a little bit. Let's go back to the side view. So I'm going to grab X and let's bring that in a little bit there. I mean, it's got to allow for fat fingers to get into it. Okay, let's make the handle a little bit fatter. That's look somewhat substantial. Let's change the profile on the circle. So I'm going to go to the top view here where we can see the circle. Just going to grab a circle, bring it over to the side right here, and just press tab to go into edit mode. And I'm going to select these 3 points right here, and I'm going to subdivide. And you can see it automatically kind of like warped everything. So this is how you get to change your profile. Let's go ahead here and let's make this straight. So we change the handle type to vector. Let's try this again. Let's go vector. Make that scale. Let's go along that. So I'm basically just trying to flatten this out a bit. Okay, let's bring that back like so. Excuse me. Hey, you notice the circle got warped. It's all good, guys. One cool way. Let's go here and bring active. Bring the 3D cursor back there. Cursor to selected. Let's go back here. Cursor to selected, and let's add another like circle. Just gonna use that just to kind of make sure we get our point back. Something like so. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna use it as a template. It's all good, guys. Sometimes the low-tech way is the best way. I mean, I could have like maybe tried to subdivide that, but okay, here we go. There we are. Whew. All right, so we kind of have that back. Let's take a look. No, it's on this side. I want it on the other side, so we just have to rotate this. So let's select everything. Let's go on 90. Let's go Z, rotate, Z, 90. Yep. Yep, kind of on the flat side on the inside kind of thing. Okay, and the one thing we gotta like just merge this part in here. Now that could pose some sort of problem, but kind of really not. Let's see what we could do. I'm gonna move this entire thing. Grab the handle for the mug should be down a bit because your lip has to kind of go on it. Let's Let's make it a little bit shorter. Go grab Z. Oh, hold on here, guys. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna bring down the handle here. Okay, so that's a little bit better. I'm gonna make the handle just a little bit thicker. A little bit substantial. Okay, let's take a look at the wireframe to see how it's subdivided to kingdom come. So let's look with the circle here. So let's go 6 on that. And on the actual thing itself, let's go 6 on that too. Just go like half. Okay, that's not bad so far. Let's go back into okay, so one thing is that if you want to keep the handle and all these things as as a editable spline, you can make a copy of it and just keep it, just hide it for now. Let's go ahead and do that. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's there, and I'm gonna go ahead and convert that to a mesh. I have a shortcut for that. My shortcut is Alt C. See if that's obviously it's not activated, so we could go up in the menu here, Object, and it's like under Convert or something. Let's say Convert down here, and then go Mesh. It's all good. Okay, we want to tag. I want to tag this these parts here. Let's go ahead and do that. So vertex group. When I mean tag, I'm gonna save it as a vertex group. So group and let's assign that to that. Let's call this handle. Let's go pin. We're gonna kind of pin it. Handle pin. So let's go ahead and assign. If you deselect, it should deselect it. Yep, and if you hit select, it should select them back. It's looking good. Let's see here. Let's see if we could keep this as a spline for now. I'm gonna go ahead here and let's see if it will do what's supposed to do. So we're gonna go and add, actually in here on the handle itself, go ahead and add deform, and we want like a shrink wrap. Now I don't know if it will actually see this as a surface, but let's see. Nope. Yeah, because it's a spline. So let's go ahead and convert that. So I'm gonna duplicate this, right? And we're gonna hide the duplicated one. Okay, we're gonna convert this. Object, convert, mesh. So it's a mesh now, so we should be able to select it as a target, right? And see how the whole thing flattened against there. We want to go ahead and choose just that. No, it actually did it. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spread this out. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for the right combination. Okay, so the right combination is, if you want to go along 2 axes, if you want to scale along just 2 axes, you shift and then press the axis you want to exclude. Okay, so that's kind of like that there. Let's leave that there. See, let's do that again. Okay, so 1.2. Let's go back. Let's do 1.3. 1.3. That's fine. Let's do this one. Scale. Exclude the X by holding Shift X, and so 1.3 scale. Okay. Now let's see if we could let's do this. Should be kind of in the middle. No, we could add another row and just add some weights to it just to kind of make it a little more sloped. Let's do that. Let's do that, and select these. I think let's go half the weights of this. So I'm gonna go back into the data where it has the handle pin, and I'm gonna tune that down the weight. Let's go 0.3 on that. Let's hit assign. Oh, did it? Was it? Oh, this part worked here. Hold on. That seems to not be. Okay. Oh, maybe. Okay. One a little bit more. Let's go like that. Let's assign. Okay, that's better. I want to go the opposite direction. So 0. You don't want to go less than half. You want to go like 0.7 or something like that to bring it closer in. Let's go ahead and do that with this one also. Assign. Maybe 0.8. Let's go 0.8. It's like it's almost like a bell curve to it. Okay, yeah, definitely. So select these. Okay, and assign 0.8 to that. Okay. Now there's a way to merge the way this looks into here, and I think it's like a data transfer with normals and that kind of thing. We're not going to get into that right this moment. Okay, a little bit of a of a cartoon mug, right? I feel like maybe bring the handle in just a little bit. Quickest way to select both things, you can hit X for X-ray. I just like switching over to wireframe real quick. You know, then I know for sure that things behind are actually being selected the correct way. It's just a preference thing. Let's go back to solid. I'm gonna grab, let's go X. It's gonna bring that in a little bit. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. Let's go back in here. Oh, very cool. You can go ahead and hide that profile. To hide things in Blender, a quick hide is just to select the object and then press H on your keyboard. Yeah, so look at that. We got kind of like the mug there a little bit. Let's go. Let's add some color to this. Let's go ahead and save this. We haven't saved. Oh my gosh. What? Come on, guys. Save. Okay, let's go here, and I'm going to save this as a mug. It's probably like curves mug, right? With mug, because we use curves to make all the parts. Mug underscore and I put curves. Now normally you'd probably see people using polygon modeling to do it, and that's great because what it allows you to do is to just extrude the handle and everything will just be one. Nothing is wrong with that. Let's go here. But sometimes you want to know how to use like curves to create things, especially like with industrial design or architectural design. Okay, call this mug. This was a nice little segue away from just redoing Retopo in 3D Code. What I can't wait to do is to do another bad guy. I think that will definitely spice things up a bit. So let's add materials to this. When I say another bad guy, I'm talking about for that game Soul 3000 I'm working on. There's like a ton of bad guys that we that early on in the stream that we kind of created using with the help of AI and just drawing and sketching. And we came up with some really cool looking bad guys. Can't wait to do those guys. I think we did one of the guys. And actually we did two, right? So we did kind of like a scout, which is what you see when I play the demo. You see this kind of white and blue guys. And then there's a major boss guy who looks kind of like a bendy octopus, you know. So let's take a look at that real quick, and we'll go ahead and add color to this thing. Let's take a look at the bad guys. So we're gonna go ahead here on the projects, on the work drive, and on the Soul 3000 concept art. And let's go ahead and do the character design. Again, I can't wait to jump into this, guys. This is going to be so cool. So we did the scout, and that's what we have so far. Let's take a look. Yeah, so this is the guy that we have in the game right now, you know. So he's pretty cool. Remember when we did this some months back? It was pretty fun, you know. He didn't even look this cool, you know. Later on we came back and added like this kind of white kind of crop top sleeve thing, which totally is cool. And the only thing I may have to do is to add like some sort of marking manufacturer's number right here. And there's a meaning behind what I have here. Let's go back into let's check out one of the big bad guys that we actually created. Let's go in here. Where is it? I'm thinking maybe it's a warlord. Huh. Yep. Oh man, I actually clicked on the right one. So we did this guy. We actually created this guy. Let's take a look at this guy real quick in Blender. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let's add color to our mug, and then we'll take a look at this guy in Blender. So I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna go ahead and select the mug itself, and add a new material to it. And should I make my mug or should I make xsinick's mug? Maybe xsinick's mug is probably the better one to do. It's pink, right? Mine's is kind of like an orangish brown, but let's make the pink one. No, ladies first, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's bring down the roughness on this a bit. So it's a little more ceramic. I like that. Right now we're using kind of like a quick material shade here in Blender. Hey, Spencer Magnuson is in the house. What's up, Spencer Magnuson? Hey, xsinick, look. Nice to see you. Hello. Hey. How are you doing? We're creating mugs and adding materials to them. Konnichiwa. Yeah. You know how xsinick is, you know, she gets right to the point, right? She just likes to say hello, and you know, if things are like nice or boring. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the handle also. Okay, so here we go. We haven't even added the transfer data of the normal map to blend the scene. You've been busy? Okay, that's very cool. Finally finished making a course. Okay. Oh wow! Hey, well, welcome to developing games in Godot. Welcome. It's nice to have. I know a couple people in our community here does do game development in Godot. So it's nice to have another person jumping into that also. So the thing is, I'm going to go, right now we're in some kind of material preview. Let's go to directly to Eevee. So this is how it looks like in Eevee. I'm going to add a floor to this so we could, so it's not just floating in midair here. So I'm just going to go ahead, add a mesh. Let's add a mesh grid. Nothing is wrong with that. Oh, hold on here. I'm going to recenter the cursor. So to recenter the cursor, you press Shift S. Actually, there's a, is it Control C or Shift C is a shortcut to recenter the cursor in the middle of the entire scene. So what is your course about, Spencer? I'm gonna ahead and add that grid. What kind of course did you do? Is it a Blender course or is it, you know? Ah, scripting Blender add-ons. Wonderful. I love it. So guys, we're gonna add like, I'm gonna make this into a backdrop, this plane. And you've seen me done it before. It's not that difficult. It's kind of like a scoop backdrop that you'd get like in a photography studio. So let's go ahead, extrude. Hold on. E to extrude Z along the Z axis. Let's go all the way up. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of this edge because let's get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna select this edge and Control B. Oh boy, hold on guys. Okay, there we go. And I'm just gonna scroll my mouse wheel to get subdivisions between it so it's nice. And here, if you click over here, you could get more options to control the shape of this scoop. But this is fine so far. Let's just right click and go shade smooth. And you could go an extra mile and kind of, you could bend this entire thing. I don't know if you could do it, but this is where we are testing different things in Blender, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if we could bend this backdrop. You know what, Spencer, man, so like if I was doing, if I was actually doing like a plugin in Blender, I'll totally be caught up in making like the icons for it, where it drops in the menu. The functionality is important too. But I have one plugin that I tried. Well, it was a script, right? So it was like scripting. I tried to make a script in Blender that allows that. I tried to make a tool in Blender basically, and I think I have it somewhere buried, you know. And it just got a little beyond me. But I would love to make, you know, at least one tool add-on for Blender. Okay, let's see if we could bend this backdrop. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into modifiers and let's go into deform. Let's see here. What kind of deform how can you deform things in here? It's like a cast, curve, displace. A Laplacian deform. What is that? Okay. Nope. Deform, it's a lattice. We could bend it with a lattice. It's all good. Simple deform should work though. Let's click on that. Right, so it wants to twist. We don't want twist, we want bend. And let's say bend along like maybe the Z axis. Okay, yeah, so far so good. Let's do the opposite. Ah, look at that. Wow, that actually worked. For a minute there, I thought Blender would have given me hell for trying to do this, but it actually worked. Let's go ahead and scale this up. Let's go ahead and bend it just a little bit more. I like to type in proper numbers, so let's go like minus, like just go 50. 50 is fine. Okay, let's control the lighting in here because the lighting sucks right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's get rid of the point light. And I'm going to shift A here and make an area light. I'm going to grab Z, bring the area light up. Let's go into the area light properties. Let's scale the size. Let's bring up the power of it. Yeah, you can make this really, really high. Okay, I'm gonna break out the tools menu here. Is there still, I haven't scripted in Blender for a minute. Is there still like what is this, like OPS or something, like ops, like operations, like mesh operations that you have to access in order to edit meshes in Blender? I think it's OPS or something like BYOPS. I can't remember. They probably change the name of it. Yeah, BYP. Yeah, BPY.ops. Yeah, allows you to run operators. Ah, okay. Now, I have a question for you, and for anyone out there. Do you see and I've been doing this, so don't feel anyhow. Is it economical to kind of allow, like, going to like a chat GPT to kind of make sure that you're in good you're not going off the deep end when it comes to coding? Because before, you would have to like check out forums, and see if there's anybody who could help you and that kind of thing. Or check the manual, browse through the manual for a day or two. But now you could probably ask ChatGPT like why this or that is not working in your script, and it could probably just tell you, right? And you could probably like just send, I mean, does your course cover that, or is that considered like cheating? It's probably still better that you know as a fundamental to find answers. Okay. Sorry for running into always using AI is that Blender BY changes a lot. Ah, yeah. Right? Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna make a duplicate of this light and bring it over here. Yeah, I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense. So these are very diffuse. Hold on here. Let's go rectangle on this. Just wanna, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's punch up the light. Yeah, that's some powerful lighting right there. Okay, I'm gonna look at my render settings here for Eevee. And necessarily, I don't really like Eevee that much. I normally use cycles, but Eevee is a nice way to get things done quickly, right? Or shadow steps. Let's go. Let's turn that up. Is it gonna? Let's see if we see any difference in that. Whoa! I probably shouldn't have done that, guys. Mega slow down. I should have probably gone incrementally by 1. I just doubled. It was 6 and I went 12. So probably is like, that's probably crazy. So yeah, note to self, if you're gonna change settings that's gonna render things in your viewport, go incrementally by 1 just to see how long it'll take. Like, I'm thinking to myself that, doubling it is no big deal, but maybe it is a big deal, right? So I went to shadow steps from 6 to 12. Ding dong. Boop. There you go. So yeah, that's waiting there. Okay, it did it anyway. I didn't see much of a difference. I'm just gonna go back to 6, and we're gonna go ahead and save here. Let's add one more light, a key light. A key light is a light that lights the front of your object. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add Let's add a sunlight here. Let's see what that does. Let's rotate that. Okay. Let's rotate Z. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what the temperature is. Oh yeah, we could totally tune that up there a bit. And the angle controls how diffuse the shadow is. I'm gonna rotate this. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do that. Rotate Z. Oh, let's give it a little more like that. Rotate Z. So yeah, definitely lighting is something you could definitely like just continue to tweak. Okay, so so you didn't use AI for the course, which is good, you know. I mean, like, it's good to know the fundamentals without, you know, it's good to try to learn them without having to like rely on you know, like AI to tell you whether it's right or wrong. It's good to kind of try to like understand it to a point where you can kind of see what's right or wrong. So yeah, that's very cool. Feel free to post a link to your, you know, to your course, and I will go check it out, you know, because I'm always down with learning new things, especially when it comes to coding. And maybe I'll be able to build that you know, that tool that I wanted. Okay, guys, so I mean, we kind of have a mug here. Let's see what the camera looks like. Let's jump into the camera view. Oh, all my shortcuts are like not there. Let's add a shortcut to the camera. So this is a pretty cool shortcut. In case if you don't know how to do this, check this out. Right, so with the camera, we're in the camera mode here. You don't have to be, but it's, you know, it's nice to see this work. I am going to go into view in your 3D viewport, and if you look under navigation, you would see something called fly, navigation, or walk. You kind of want walk because that kind of works. So what you want to do here is right click and assign a shortcut. So once you click that, then you press the key combination for this. So I'm going to press Shift F. That's my new key combination. So when I press Shift F, it gets a target like a first-person shooter type thing, and you can navigate your camera around in Blender like that. You know, I always thought that was a really nice feature that the devs add in for Blender, and you could adjust your camera like that. Okay, yeah, there you go. And then once you're done, you can click and it'll stop. So grab Y rotation. Okay, yeah, just adjusting this light here just to get a little more specularity happening. So what it's doing is kind of reflecting the fact that it's a white plane in here. You could add more, but normally when you're doing this kind of lighting setup, you know, it's called 3-point lighting, right? So you have like a key light, you know, and a fill light and a backlight. I don't really have a fill light in here. I just have like two planes acting as two backlights, but it's all good. You don't have to, know all of that. You just have to kind of like just, you know, work with, just do what works best. Duplicate that. I'm just gonna rotate here a bit. Let's see what this light does. I think you even change the colors on them. So a little story there. Okay, so I like the way that looks. So a little story here is what happened some time ago with me is that I used a program called Cinema 4D many years ago, and it was awesome. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I've been a 3D Studio Max guy for many years, and I started using Cinema 4D, and I just like the way it rendered things. It looked really, really good. And the funny thing is, I don't know, at the time, I don't know if it was like this or if I didn't find the option. At the time, you couldn't really change the intensity of the lights. The way you change the intensity of the lights is by changing the color of the light. And I was like, what? That's crazy, you know? So at least, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I didn't find it. So if you wanted like this light to have less strength, you'd have to go into the color of the light like this, and you're gonna have to turn it down to black, like that. And I thought that was so bizarre at the time, you know. But what that helped me out to do is to realize I could change the color temperature of the lights. Like, let me change the color temperature of this light. I'm gonna go more into warm orange, because no light, you don't always have to do it just straight up plain white. You could change the color of it. Let's go like, into here, and I'm gonna go like a little more fluorescent, which is kind of bluish, greenish for the back, right? And I used a warm light on the side here, so let's just leave it like this. It's a nice shiny mug. Let's turn up the roughness to see what we get. Okay, that just dulls it out a bit. And if we turn it all the way down, we get something a little more shiny. So I'm looking for that nice happy spot here with this. Yeah, 2 normally is pretty good. You can turn on the metallicness, and that gives you a little more reflection, but then it makes it look more metallic. I normally like to give it like a speck, like a little bit of metallicness in there, just as if like the material that they used to model the mug out of has some like metals in there or something. I don't know, I could be wrong. Right, and you could do other things. I'll show you one other trick with shading on something to make it look a little more interesting, is by adding a Fresnel. So I'm gonna go ahead and type Fresnel, a Fresnel input right here, and you want you could plug this into any part here, and it's gonna try to create like an outer kind of rim light on the entire object. But I'm gonna do it in the base color. And I'm going to use a ramp here. Okay, we got a ramp. Let's add that in. I'm just going to take this pink and let's see here. We want to replace the white with pink. Let's try that. So I just drag that from here to here. I'm going to plug that in. Let's see what it does. Okay, so maybe the other way around. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's put this here as that pink. Let's change this back to white. Right here. Let's go all the way to black, and it could go all the way up to white. Plug that back in. Yeah, and it kind of brightens it up a bit. But you could come in and adjust like how much Fresnel is showing. You see, like I'm adjusting it, and you can kind of see. We just want a little touch of Fresnel in here. Let's make the pink just a little bit darker. Get more of a contrast going on. And yeah, that's it for the mug, man. I think that look this is looking pretty cool. go a little bit of that. You can even change, you know, I have it going straight to white. You could, you know, you could change it a little bit, give it a little bit more of a color. Maybe give it a little more of a kind of whitish pink. Or you can even go blue with it because there's a blue background. Something like that. Yeah, boy. It's xsinick's mug. And I wonder, can we add text to this? Is that possible? I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and let's see if we can add some text to this. So it's gonna go ahead and shift and type text. Okay, and then press tab. Oh, let's bring the text out. Like so. I'm gonna rotate the text. Rotate X 90. We could apply scales and rotations. Oh, well, probably not. Let's see. Okay. Set tab. Let's see if we could wrap this as is on there. I don't know if that's possible, guys. I think we might have to make this into like a subdivided mesh and then do it. But you know, let's see. Maybe we could bend it, right? Bend it in submission. But let's see if it would obey and do like a shrink wrap or something. Deform. Shrink. There's a shrink wrap in here. Whoa! Yeah. It totally did it. It shrink wrapped it around the surface. Let's see. On surface, inside, let's go outside. Oh, okay, I see. Inside. Let's go on surface. Above surface. There's like an offset. So you could probably offset it. Okay, that's interesting. You can press tab and you can still edit it. That's nifty. Okay, so let's see what we have here for fonts and that kind of thing. But there's a resolution on here. Okay, let's go 32 on the resolution. I don't know if that'll help it. Maybe not, but render you. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, font. So the fonts, finding the fonts in here is a little weird. Oh, 6. I wonder if I extrude a little bit with that. Oh, is it actually? Okay, it's flattening the extrude. That's what I was wondering about. Okay. Size. Okay, we make the size a little bit smaller. And we can move this around. It's not perfect, but it definitely is interesting. 2.5. Okay. Let's see here. So it's kind of like adjusting it based upon like whatever resolution is on here. And then the resolution of the cup itself too. I'm pretty much sure if we subdivide, we do a subdivision on this. Let's see here. Generate subdivision surface. Yeah, you know, there's more resolution on here because of that. Okay. Okay, let's go back into viewport. Yeah, not bad. Excuse me. Yeah. So wow. Yeah, so that's it, guys. You know, this is how I would create like a really quick mug in Blender. This was a lot of fun. I wonder if I'm wondering something. I wonder if okay, yeah, we're back here in Eevee. You know what? Let's check the render settings in here. Okay, I see. This is the samples. 16. Let's go 32 on that. Let's give that text a color. Okay. Huh. What I would do though, is to make this a little bit darker. Just bring that down a bit. Okay. Yeah, so it's a little more visible and yeah, okay. Wow, this was a nice little segue. So, you know, hey guys, you know, whoever you are out there, I hope your Saturday is going pretty good. So my Saturday started out a little shaky. You know, there was a lot of snow where I was here, and I had to dig my car out of the snow. But the sun finally came out and is helping, right? So it's melting some of it, so that's great. Okay, so let's take a look at that bad guy we were talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. And we could change this to the orange, right? Like the orange that I'm holding here. Let's try that. Oh, 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 oh. Kinda like that. Kinda like that. Pink is cooler. Let's leave it like that. Okay, I'm gonna save this. And I'm gonna leave this out there for anyone in the Discord to check out. You know, you could download it, check it out, see how, you know, see how it was done and that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bad guy. Okay, this was a bad guy here. And we do have a Blender file with this guy in there. So let's take a look at that. Oh, we should have a Blender file. Let's take a look here. File, open. Okay, let's take a let's jump in here and organize this a bit. Okay, going to work files, Blender assets. Okay, characters. It would be nice if I organize the characters in individual folders. That may be coming soon. Oh, Warlord A. I think this may be it, guys. Warlord A, rigged and textured. Let's take a look at that one. There he is. Oh, wow. It's kind of nice to revisit some of these things, so just gotta take a look at it. Okay, this is still kind of loading. Wow. Oh. Okay, if I did the final thing. So, you know, we started to animate this bad guy. Let's take a look at the actual art here. Okay, so I obviously changed some parts a little bit to be a little bit better, because we sketched this using kind of like what they call like silhouette drawing to get this guy, and then we use AI to get some of the details, and then we drop that into into the gimp, into or any other paint program like Critter or the gimp, and we painted over it. Well, I painted over it to have it make some sort of sense. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so we basically kind of have the, we realized this over here. And this guy was sculpted in 3D coat and then brought here in Blender. And I think he's animated, so let's check that out. Oh yeah, there you go. This is like a hit. So if you press play, he'll do the hit. So I think what I did in here, I made a curve to make sure that it's the weapon is doing like a really nice, neat kind of arc. You know, sometimes you gotta like make like little guide things for yourself when you're animating. Not too bad. Blender's going at 30 frames a second. That's not bad. If we go to the lower, oh, no, about 34. It's capping out at 30. I may have other like animations for it. Do we have any other animations for this guy? I'm gonna take a look here, guys. I'm gonna bring up another animation. Let's bring up the dope sheet, right? And in the dope sheet, there's something called the action editor, which is really, one of the main things that at least I use. Okay, here we go. Idle loop. So this is, I don't know if this is an idle loop. Warlord idle a loop. I don't know. Attack. Okay, that's the attack. Okay, so I think there's something weird going on here, and it's something I'm gonna have to look at. Left hand closed. Okay, I think what's going on is I need to select some objects here for this all to work together. It's all good. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Right, there you go. Not quite the idle, but let's turn it back to idle. Okay, here we go. I don't think this is a proper idle. I think this might be like some sort of placeholder because he's moving kind of wonky. Anyways, yeah, we got this guy in here, and can't wait to make more of these guys. So that hopefully in the next few coming streams here, we could get to realizing some of these bad guys here, bringing them into Blender, animating, getting them into the 3D real-time engine Godot, and seeing how they all work together. There's a lot to consider to program these guys, but I'm so happy that my brother Peter was able to get Beehive to work, which is a plugin for Godot that allows you to do kind of really nice enemy AI. So we got that plugin to work, and hopefully we could use that to kind of visualize how the enemy interacts with the player and the environment. Okay, guys, so that's it for now. I wanted to big up Spencer Magnuson for coming in and saying hello, and everybody else who's just been lurking. It's all good. We're all part of a community here. It's a small community, but we're doing big things, and you guys are definitely on the, on getting in on the ground level here. And my heart is to definitely give you guys some cool stuff to commemorate our times together here. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. God bless. Take it easy. xsinick is out. See you guys later. Bye bye.